You know that email you never sent. Not a big one. Just a reply you meant to write 3 days ago and never did. It's still sitting there, unread by no one but you. And somehow, it takes up more space in your head than the 20 emails you actually did send. The show you finished last night is already gone. You couldn't describe the ending if I asked you right now. But the one you stopped halfway through last month, the one you never got back to, you could walk me through that scene in detail. The task you checked off your list this morning has already faded. The one you didn't get to is still running quietly in the background of everything else you're doing today. Even that argument you had, the one that actually got resolved, barely crosses your mind anymore. But the one that trailed off without an ending, the one where nobody really said what they meant, you've replayed that one 100 times. This is called the Zeigarnik effect. And it explains something strange about how memory actually works. Your brain does not treat finished and unfinished things the same way. It holds on to what's incomplete and lets go of what's done, almost like it can't help it. In 1927, a Soviet psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik was sitting in a crowded cafe in Vienna, watching the waiters move between tables. She noticed something odd. A waiter could rattle off an entire table's complicated order from memory, no notepad, no hesitation, as long as the bill hadn't been paid yet. The second that bill was settled, the memory disappeared almost instantly. Ask that same waiter 2 minutes later what table 6 had ordered, and he would draw a complete blank. Zeigarnik took that hallway observation and turned it into an actual experiment. She gave participants around 20 small tasks, simple puzzles, basic arithmetic, little hands-on assembly problems. She let them finish about half of the tasks normally. The other half she interrupted on purpose, right in the middle, with no warning, and moved people straight on to the next thing before they could complete it. Afterward, she asked everyone, with no advance notice, to recall as many of the tasks as they could. People remembered the interrupted tasks roughly twice as often as the ones they had actually completed. Finishing a task did not help people remember it. It made them forget it faster. Completion told the brain the job was closed, safe to release. Interruption did the opposite. It left the task hanging in an open, unresolved state, and the brain kept a quiet background thread of attention running on it, the way you'd keep half an ear out for a kettle you left on the stove. Here is the mechanism behind that. Your brain treats an unfinished task less like a memory and more like an open loop that still needs monitoring. Psychologists describe this as a kind of mental tension. Starting something creates a small amount of that tension. Finishing it releases the tension and the brain considers the matter closed, but interrupt it and the tension has nowhere to go. It just sits there, unresolved, quietly pulling your attention back to it over and over, whether you want it to or not. This single mechanism explains a lot more of your daily life than you'd expect. It's why a half-finished text conversation nags at you more than 10 conversations that wrapped up cleanly. It's why a cliffhanger episode keeps replaying in your head, while the episode with a tidy ending is already forgotten by morning. It's also, whether you've noticed or not, the exact mechanism a huge number of products are built to exploit. That small red notification badge with a number on it, the autoplay countdown that starts before you've even decided whether you want the next episode, the progress bar on an app that stops at 94%. None of that is an accident. Every one of those designs is quietly triggering the same open loop your brain can't stand to leave hanging. There's a deeper layer to this that most people never connect to the original study. In 2011, researchers Roy Baumeister and E.J. Masicampo wanted to know something more specific. Did you actually have to finish a task to quiet the tension, or would something much smaller do the job? It turns out finishing was never the requirement. A plan was enough. In their experiments, participants who were interrupted mid-task and then asked to write down one specific, concrete plan for finishing it, they later reported the same mental relief as participants who had genuinely completed the task. The nagging stopped either way. Not because the work was actually done, but because the brain no longer needed to treat it as an active, unresolved threat. Once there was a plan in place, the mind could file the task away and stop checking on it. This is the real reason a to-do list works before you've crossed a single item off it. It's why saying out loud, "I'll deal with that first thing tomorrow," can quiet a thought that had been running in the background of your entire day. Your brain was never asking you to finish everything immediately. It only ever needed proof that you hadn't forgotten. So the next time an unfinished conversation, an unanswered message, or a half-built project is taking up more space in your head than it deserves, you don't have to finish it tonight to get relief. You just need to give it somewhere to land. One concrete plan, even a small one, is usually enough to make the noise stop. The Zeigarnik effect isn't evidence that your focus is broken. It's closer to a receipt. Proof that some part of your mind is still holding a door open for something you genuinely care about finishing. That email is still sitting there, but now you know exactly why you can't stop thinking about it. It was never really about the email. It was your brain, quietly keeping the door open, waiting for you to be the one who closes it.